Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. In this video we are going to show you the proper way to dual boot Kali Linux alongside with Windows 10. There are so many contents available online through forums and YouTube channels, which is more complicated and which takes more time. So we are trying to show you the proper procedure and a procedure which takes less time to complete it. And let's get started. Let me show you the softwares and the ISO file you need to dual boot Kali Linux. So head over to kalilinux.org. Please download it from the legitimate website, and which is kalilinux.org. And if you visit this site, click download and download Kali Linux. As you see here, you have a wide range of Kali Linux to choose from as per your requirement, and you have the latest version here. You have the torrent download, which is more faster than any other. And let's see, I have already downloaded the 64-bit, which is my PC specification, my PC architecture. And let me show you the software that you need. So type in Win32 disk imager and click the first link from the search query. So if you see here, this is the latest, this is the latest version of it, and I have downloaded both. And let me show you. Here you have the software itself, and I have the ISO file here, and it is 2019.4. so first of all, moving on, I need to show you the system information, system specification. So click start run and type in ms-info32. so you'll have your system information here. I just wanted to show you the BIOS mode of it. Mine, I have a UEFI. So if yours is a UEFI, you can follow these procedure, or if you have any other such as legacy, you might find another procedure to dual boot Kali. So let's get started. First, head over to disk management, and as you can see, I have two disks here. This is my SSD and this is my hard drive. I am willing to install my Kali Linux within the SSD, so I have already allocated some space from it. Just basically select the space what you have here and right click and shrink volume. So you will be having a pop-up here. As you can see, I have allocated 110 GB. The recommended size by Kali is 20 GB and the minimum for it is 50 GB. And furthermore, you will need to have a swap area which is the size of your RAM, or half the size of your RAM, and you will need some space around 500 to 1 GB of space for the boot drive. So I have already allocated, and as per your need, you can allocate this and have a unallocated, basically a deleted space for a fresh install. So without further ado, let's get started. So let me just close this and start up my Win32 disk imager. You have to run it as administrator not to do so. So I have a Windows 32 disk imager, and let me just plug in my thumb drive, and it automatically detects it. And for basically choosing this software rather than Rufus you find online is this is more easy, and which always selects the file partitioning system that you have. And let me just show you an example. Sorry guys, cmd and run it as administrator and type in disk part and list disk. As you can see here, I have a GPT partitioning system both in my SSD as well as in my hard drive, and this selects it automatically and just writes the ISO file into the thumb drive. And basically for the primary reason for choosing this over Rufus is Rufus, out of 20 PCs that we installed, around 18 or so had the problem of the installation error while trying to dual boot Kali, and WinDisk Imager had none of it, and all worked perfectly. Disclaimer, this is not a paid promo or something, so let's get started, and I'll show it. Just choose your ISO file here. Let me show all files, and I have the latest 19.4, the latest version of Kali Linux, and just choose the ISO. Your device is already selected, and click right. And FYI guys, if you have any data on your thumb drive, please back it up. You won't be able to get anything out of it other than the bootable Kali. So if you're sure, you just click yes, and it will start writing, and this will take some time. I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, this is completed, and guys, FYI, I will add all the useful links for you and the download links in the description box below. And let me switch over to my camera and see you in a bit. Hey guys, I'm back on my camera, and just leave your thumb drive plugged in and start up your machine. And you will need to head over to your boot menu, that is in my case F12, and preparing boot menu. So you have to select your partition to boot from, your thumb drive to boot from. I have this Kingston, so let me just boot it from that. So here you have the Kali installation graph, and head over to advanced option, click installing graphical mode, and you will have your startup here. Here you go guys, this is the initial process of the installation. So just select your language, English, and your country, and the keyboard, and it's gonna detect the installation media from the thumb drive. And it's loading all the installation from the thumb drive. Approximately this would take around 20 minutes if you are installing on a SSD, or more in the hard drive if you are installing. So it's detecting for an Wi-Fi or internet connection. So it's looking for both Ethernet and Wi-Fi. So if you have plugged in your Ethernet cable, select this, or I have my Wi-Fi, I'm selecting the wireless WAN O. Select your Wi-Fi here, and your security option for your Wi-Fi, and just type in your password here. And please note that guys, you will need your Wi-Fi along with this installation process. And in this part you have to start filling up, and you will need a host name, that's Kali in my case, and click continue. You don't need a domain name now since you are not setting up any network or so just click continue. And this is the main part guys. This will be your root password, I mean the sudo password. You will need it most of the time. I'll just say it as Kali UJ, and Kali UJ, and just click continue, and select your time zone guys. I'm Arizona. It's looking for the partition in this system, partitioning disks, and I would like to do it as manual since we have SSD and HDD together. Probably it will mess it up everything. So I have my space 118 GB of space, free space, my SSD, and this is my hard drive. So select the free space, click continue, and create new partition, and the amount you need for your home, basically your home and root. So I would like it as 108 GB. 1 GB, 108.1 GB for my home. That's my Kali root and home. I want it at the beginning, and yeah, this is the important point, guys. You need external 4 and mount point should be a slash. And done setting up this partition. Click continue, and here you have 10 GB free space, guys. Click this and continue. Create a new partition, and I want it as I want around 8 GB from this for my swap area. That is basically the space which is equal to the RAM or more than the RAM. It's your choice, and just click continue. I want it at the end, and you have to use it as you have to double click on that and select it as swap area, and done setting up this partition. Click continue, and here you have a free space of 2 GB. Select that and create a new partition, and select this, continue, and double click on use it as and select it as a UEFI partition system, which basically has the boot flag on, and which has the Kali boot. And done setting up this partition. And guys, these are the partition that we have manually assigned, and the minimum the recommended size for Kali is 20 GB, but the minimum size would be 50 GB, around 50 GB, and the swap area should be equal to the RAM or more than the RAM size, and this would need around 500 MB or so. This is the Kali UEFI boot, and those are the settings as for now. Click finish partitioning and write changes to disk, write the changes to disk, and yeah, click continue, and it will start installing. This will take some time. Let me catch you in a bit. And guys, you have to choose no as an option. You don't need a network mirror here, or else if you choose yes, it will download the latest package here, and the installation would take so much of time. And guys, now the grub is getting installed. From now on, the Windows bootloader will be stored inside the grub, and you will have an option to choose from either from Windows or Kali, and this would take some time. And now guys, the installation is complete, and just click continue for the system to reboot. Once the installation is over, you will have a reboot, and you can have a choice of logging into Windows or Kali. The PC is rebooting. Here you have, guys, the Kali grub. You have the Kali option and Windows option. Now I'll just log into Kali. Since it is the first boot, it might take some time. Here you have, and first since it's the first login, you should have a user, so I'll do login as root, since that would be easy without typing sudo for every command in the terminal. So type in my root password, which I have configured while installation, and there you have it, guys. The Kali installation is complete, and thank you for watching. Please like and share with your friends, and peace. See you in the next video.